Welcome back. Now I want to discuss imagined conditionals. We use imagined conditional sentences to talk about hypothetical or imagined conditions that are possible, likely, or even impossible. Based on the level of possibility, there are three conditionals: first, second, and third. First conditional, likely. The first conditional shares the result of situation in the future that we think is pretty likely to happen. Its form uses a conditional clause in the present simple and the main clause in the future tense. The main clause will use a modal like would, should, could, will, may, might, or can. Here are some examples. If I sleep now, I will be up all night. If I do well on my sets, I could go to Harvard. If you take the highway, you might hit traffic. If he likes cookies, you should bake some for him. Of all the conditionals, the first conditional expresses things that are most possible or likely to happen. As we will explain, with the second and third conditionals, things become less likely or even completely imagined. Second conditional, less likely. The second conditional shows possible outcomes that could occur in the present or future if specific conditions exist. To put it simply, second conditionals reflect ideas of if you did this, this can happen, but the deed hasn't actually happened yet. It is just possible. The second conditional's form uses a conditional clause in the past simple and the main clause in the future tense. Also using modals. Here are some examples. If you wanted to avoid traffic, you could take the highway. If he ate all the cookies, you would have to bake more. On a special note, the English language lets us use the past tense to reflect hypothetical situations that aren't based in reality. So, even though the second conditional uses the past tense in the conditional clause, it's expressing what could happen if, not what did already happen. It still expresses the present and future because the ideas are only possibilities. It also helps us use more polite language like this. If you wanted, I could help you study. Third conditional, impossible. The third conditional lets us contemplate what could have happened if things went differently in the past. It lets us reflect upon things in the way of, if this had happened, this could have happened. Its form uses the past perfect for the conditional statement and the conditional perfect tense, that means would have plus verb, for the main clause. You can also use other models instead of would. Here are some examples. If you had gone to bed earlier, You would have been well rested. If you had taken the highway, you could have avoided traffic. As you can see, these sentences only reflect what possibly could have happened, not what still can or might happen. Other forms. There are several other special forms of conditions like mixed conditionals and conditional sentences using will or would. Mixed conditionals. Possible. Sometimes we can mix the tenses to express conditions. Mixed conditionals reflect things that did or did not happen in the past that are still relevant now and in the future. We form a mixed conditional with the past perfect tense in the conditional statement and using would in the main clause of the sentence. Here are some examples. If I hadn't slept, I would be very tired. If I had failed the SATs, I would not be at Harvard. Conditionals using will or would. Probable. In English, will and would can refer to either the present or the future. That's because we use will or would to express willingness to do something. Here are some examples. If you will cook, I will clean. If you would show me the way, I will be very grateful. If you would just stop crying, I will try to help you. How to write a conditional sentence? In a way, conditional sentences are some of the easiest to write because they always include certain things, particularly a conditional clause beginning with if. We can use them for both real and imagined scenarios and to express all kinds of possibilities and hypothetical situations. What's more, conditional sentences let us do things by mixing together the past, present, and future tenses without many restrictions. When you want to use conditional sentences, you can just stick by these 3 guidelines. Point 1. You always need 2 clauses, a conditional clause beginning with if, a main clause. Point 2. Present features of information that rely on each other. The goal is to show that if one thing happens, another thing will happen. Point 3. Choose your tenses based on 2 things, whether the situation is real or imagined. If it reflects past, present, or future possibilities. Finally, here is a sentence in 6 different structures to help you see the differences among the conditionals. It is a lot to remember. Zero conditional, true. If she reads loudly, they can write quickly. First conditional, likely. If she reads loudly, they will write quickly. Second conditional, less likely. If she read loudly, they would write quickly. Third conditional, impossible. If she had read loudly, they would have written quickly. Mixed conditional, possible. If she had read loudly, they would write quickly. Would or will conditional, probable. If she would read loudly, they will write quickly. Dear audience, Last two slides are very important to get the gist of the conditional sentences. Please listen to them with rapt attention. Thank you so much for your patient hearing.